For the first time in history, the UFC, Pride FC, the WEC, and Strikeforce will square off in a one-of-a-kind competition. Live from the Red Rock Hotel and Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, it is Quintet Ultra, and it's next on UFC Fight Pass. Tonight, the fight capital of the world will witness combat sports history, as four of the sport's biggest promotions will square off in a one-of-a-kind grappling event. Live from inside the Red Rock Hotel and Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Quintet Ultra. Hey everybody, I'm TJ DeSantis. Thanks for joining us tonight for Quintet Ultra. The UFC has been the worldwide leader in mixed martial arts now for over a decade. And while it's been a long run, it is a title that was not attained easily, as the Octagon had to outlast companies like Pride FC and Strikeforce. The UFC did this by establishing their brand and reinforcing it with acquisitions like World Extreme Cage Fighting. Tonight, we hit the reset button, as for the first time ever, these four iconic brands will square off in a one-of-a-kind grappling event. Here to break it down with me, a man that is no stranger to the mat. He is a veteran of both the UFC and Pride broadcast teams, and his master, Eddie Bravo. Eddie, you've been around mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu for a very long time. Did you ever think we would see an event quite like this?
No, I didn't. The Quintet has taken the world by storm, and since its first event, it's continually grown into a monster, and now it doesn't get any bigger than this. UFC versus Pride versus WEC versus Strikeforce. The whole world's excited about this.
And it is a team-based event. Let's take a look at the rules for Quintet Ultra. Our teams consist of 5 members. The total combined weight cannot exceed over 430 kilograms or 946 pounds. The winners will stay on the mat. The competitors will be eliminated with a loss or a draw. The first team to have all 5 competitors eliminated will lose the match. And here's how it shakes down tonight. The Ultimate Fighting Championship takes on Pride Fighting Championships, and on the other side of the bracket, it is Team Strikeforce versus Team WEC. Along with our team-based event, we see some single matchups as Polaris champion Craig Jones takes on WEC veteran Fredson Paixao. Cynthia Calvillo, quick turnaround from her fight last weekend in Washington, D.C. in the UFC. She takes on Danielle Kelly. And the King, Gordon Ryan, the reigning ADCC Absolute Champion, takes on the 12th ranked UFC heavyweight Alexei Oleinik. There is the King, Gordon Ryan, in Las Vegas tonight. He wants to put on a show when he takes on the very talented Alexei Oleinik. It is Quintet Ultra, and it's live on UFC Fight Pass. Quintet Ultra is live tonight on UFC Fight Pass. Teams WEC, UFC, Strikeforce, and Pride go head-to-head in a one-night 5-on-5 submission grappling tournament where legends collide. Sign up and stream it live at UFCFightPass.com. For a quarter century, mixed martial arts' evolution has been dependent upon promotions showcasing their talent and brand to the world. In 1993, the Ultimate Fighting Championship started a revolution. While looking to answer the question of which martial arts discipline was superior, the UFC ultimately found that their brand of mixed martial arts would be the answer to their question. Internationally, it was Japan's Pride Fighting Championships that showed the world what sort of spectacle this new sport could truly be. In North America, 2 promotions look to make their impact on mixed martial arts felt, as Strikeforce showcased a stable of up-and-coming talent, while World Extreme Cage Fighting showed that the sport's lighter weight classes pack just as big of a punch as their heavyweight counterparts. Tonight, Quintet brings their brand of submission fighting stateside for the second time, when for the first time ever, the UFC, Pride FC, the WEC, and Strikeforce square off in a one-of-a-kind grappling tournament featuring these promotions' biggest stars. Live from the fight capital of the world in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Quintet Ultra.
Live on UFC Fight Pass, welcome to the Red Rock Casino Resort here in Las Vegas, Nevada for Quintet Ultra. Let's now welcome our participants. First, these two competing in our prelim super fight. From the United States, he is a WEC veteran, Fredson Paixao. From Australia, he is a Polaris champion, Craig Jones. These next two competing in our women's super fight. From the United States, she is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a Silver Fox Jiu-Jitsu artist, and EBI veteran, Danielle Kelly. From the United States and current UFC strawweight fighter, Cynthia #1 Spicy Calvillo. Our next two competing in our men's super fight. From Russia, he is a current UFC heavyweight fighter, Alexei the Boa Constrictor Olenek. From the United States, he is a multiple-time EBI and ADCC champion, the winner of everything, Gordon the King Ryan. Now let's welcome our teams. First, Team Strikeforce. From Brazil, he is a two-time K1 Heroes Middleweight Grand Prix champion, JZ Cavalcante. From the United States, he is a former Strikeforce middleweight champion and former UFC welterweight title challenger, Jake Shields. From the United States, he is a NCAA Division I All-American, a three-time freestyle national champion, and former Strikeforce light heavyweight champion, Mohammed King Mo Lawal. From the United States, he is the team captain. He is a former WEC and Strikeforce lightweight champion and former UFC lightweight title challenger, Gilbert El Nino Melendez. From Brazil, he is a former Strikeforce light heavyweight champion and former UFC light heavyweight title challenger, Babalu Sobral. Now let's welcome Team WEC. First, the team captain from the United States. He is a two-time NCAA Division I All-American, a two-time UFC featherweight title challenger, and he is tied for the most KOs in UFC featherweight history, Chad Money Mendez. From the United States, he is a 2001 NCAA National Wrestling Champion, a two-time WEC competitor, and 15-time UFC competitor, Mark the Filipino Wrecking Machine Munoz. From the United States, he is a former WEC title challenger and former UFC featherweight title challenger, Cub Swanson. From Brazil, he is a former light heavyweight title challenger, currently ranked in the top 10. He is tied with the most submission victories in UFC light heavyweight history, Glover Teixeira. From the United States, he is a two-time WEC competitor and current UFC welterweight with a 6-fight win streak, the James Krause. Now let's welcome Team Pride. From Japan, he is a former Pride lightweight champion and 2005 lightweight Grand Prix winner, Takanori, the Fireball Kid Gomi. From Cuba, he is an International Judo Federation gold medalist and 2000 Olympian, Hector Lombard. From Brazil, he is a grappling world champion and a member of the storied Gracie family, Gregor Gracie. From the United States, he is a 3-time Pride competitor and a veteran of 66 MMA fights, Eve, the Thug Jitsu Master Edwards. The team captain from Japan. He is a UFC Hall of Famer who competed in 27 fights under the Pride banner. He is a UFC Japan heavyweight tournament winner, Kazushi, the Gracie Hunter Sakuraba. Let's welcome Team UFC. From the United States, he is a Dana White's Contender Series signee and undefeated UFC bantamweight, Sean Sugar O'Malley. From the United States, he is a former UFC light heavyweight title challenger, Anthony Rumble Johnson. From the United States, he is a 29-fight UFC veteran and current UFC featherweight, Clay the Carpenter Guida. The team captain from the United States. He is a former UFC light heavyweight title challenger and current UFC light heavyweight contender, Anthony Lionheart Smith. From Brazil, he is a second-degree black belt and current UFC welterweight, Gilbert Durinho Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our Quintet Ultra participants.
Kicking off our night's action is a special singles contest between WEC veteran Fredson Paixao and Polaris champion Craig Jones. Live from Las Vegas, you're watching Quintet Ultra. Quintet Ultra is live tonight on UFC Fight Pass. Teams WEC, UFC, Strikeforce, and Pride go head-to-head in a one-night 5-on-5 submission grappling tournament where legends collide. Sign up and stream it live at UFCFightPass.com.
They all got something to say. Better get out of my way.
There's a new welterweight king.
What's up, Usman? Next. Yeah, paving the way. I've been the villain that's saving the day. Hey, Marty, fake news, man. Where you at? I'm coming for you. Next story. I've been an animal. I see the fear in your eyes.
I want to beat that guy up. I'm gonna enjoy brutalizing him.
I'm ready to rise. Hot like I'm flammable. I got the fire inside.
There's nowhere else to run now. I'm gonna melt that snowflake.
Max Holloway is the greatest featherweight champion of all time. He's cleaning his division out. I got a monster inside of me.
17 consecutive wins, 7-0 in the UFC.
She is unquestionably the best.
Jermaine Durandame,
10-time World Muay Thai champion. I'm ready to rise.
We kick off our night with a super fight as WEC veteran Fredson Paixao takes on Polaris champion Craig Jones.
This is our prelim super fight. Let's first welcome from the United States, Fredson Paixao.
Now make the walk, Fredson Paixao, a WEC veteran. He gets back on the mat tonight, Eddie, to rekindle that competition spirit. Everyone starts competing and training for a reason, and it's for that ultimate glory. And for Fredson Paixao, it's been a little while since he's got to flex his skill on the mat.
That is correct, and he's also known as the godfather of wrist locks. There's a big wrist lock resurgence going on right now, and this is the guy that started it all.
And now let's welcome his opponent from Australia, Craig Jones.
Craig Jones has really been a standout hailing from Australia. He shined in the Polaris organization, has also had a nice run on EBI in the past, making it to the finals against Gordon Ryan. A night that showed a lot of grit on his part as he was sick with the flu and flew through the tournament very quickly.
Yeah, the first I ever heard of Craig Jones was from Barrett Yoshida. Back when Craig Jones was a purple belt, and he was making a lot of noise, enough noise to get a message from Barrett saying, hey man, you got to put this guy Craig Jones in from Australia. This purple belt's killing everybody. That's all I needed to hear. Put him right into EBI, and the rest is history.
It is Jones and Paixao kicking off Quintet Ultra tonight here in Las Vegas. Referees Frank Trigg and Jason Herzog will oversee some of the action here later tonight.
The big question here is Fredson Paixao up to date with the leg lock game? You know, he's about as tough as they come, but he's coming from traditional background, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the gi. Didn't do that, I mean, he fought MMA, but he didn't do that much of the modern day sub-only game. So we're gonna see how he responds to the advanced leg lock game of Craig Jones.
Craig Jones was able to get a leg lock on Jake Shields in less than 20 seconds in their meeting in Polaris, and right now trying to tie up with Paixao, who wisely evades and gets out of there. 8-minute round here. Paixao trying to get top position here on Jones. Can never really be comfortable with someone like Jones underneath you.
No, not at all. He attacks nonstop, and he's doing a good job at staying heavy, but there we go, right there with the sweep already, which is huge. That's a huge sweep. You know, the advantage that Fredson has is in this particular format, heel hooks are not allowed, so that goes in Fredson's favor, but make no mistake about it, you know, there's more to leg locks than just heel hooks. And here he goes, a back take, Craig Jones, beautiful back tape off a leg entanglement, and Fredson's in big trouble now because Craig Jones is just as good on the back as he is with leg locks.
Body triangle in play here for Craig Jones, trying to grab a hold of the neck of the WEC veteran, Fredson Paixao.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. Doesn't look good at all for Fredson at this point. It's not going to be easy to tap him. You know, he's had people on his back. This is traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It doesn't get any more traditional than this, but man, Craig Jones is just so good on the back.
Jones trying to isolate that right arm and take that out of play of Paixao, and Paixao hanging tough. It's not a fun position to be in, and it's a lot of time for him to try to survive here.
Yeah, to have success in EBI, you have to be really good on the back, and you know, because the overtimes are decided by rear naked chokes and arm bars. So Craig Jones has spent a lot of time crafting his back control and his rear naked choke attacks. And it's looking pretty close here. He might just choke him up, choke his face out right here. There's going to be a jaw choke right here. It's over.
There it is. It is over on cue. Craig Jones getting it done here tonight in Las Vegas. He taps out Fredson Paixao. Nicely done. Let's make this one official.
Here is your winner, Craig Jones.
Craig Jones getting it done over Fredson Paixao. It was that rear naked choke position, but it doesn't always necessarily need to be a choke. Walk us through why this one was stopped.
Well, when you develop a good rear naked choke, when you develop that squeeze, it doesn't have to be clean. It doesn't have to be around the neck. I've choked out hundreds of people around their jaw, and you see that a lot. You know, all you need to do is spend a lot of time on the back. You just got to spend a lot of time and work on it, work on those EBI OT rounds, and it really doesn't have to be clean. As long as you can cinch your arms around his jaw, his nose, his mouth, his neck, it doesn't matter. You're going out.
Nicely done by Craig Jones, victorious tonight here in Las Vegas at Quintet Ultra. Coming up next in Las Vegas, two of the most iconic promotions in mixed martial arts history will square off as Team Pride FC, led by Kazushi Sakuraba, battles Anthony Lionheart-Smith and Team UFC. You're watching Quintet Ultra on UFC Fight Pass. If you're tuned in on the UFC's YouTube page, it is now time to head over to UFCFightPass.com and get the stream going as Quintet Ultra pits the UFC against Pride FC, with the winner of that taking on Strikeforce and the WEC. It will be a night to remember, and to witness it, you have to be on UFC Fight Pass. We'll see you there for Quintet Ultra.
僕が知ってる選手だったり知らない選手だったりたくさんいますけど、やっぱりその4つの団体っていうのが、ゴミ選手は、やっぱ瞬発的なもともとレスリングで